Go on there.
That's West Virginia Culture.
Yeah, www.culture.org.
Okay.
Okay, go in and type in, type in death, go into the death. Just type in the last name, C-O-M-E-R. Now you can go to Fayette County. Okay, now just click search. Okay, go on down.
On my page.
Yeah, go down. Click there.
32.
Now, click view the record here. So scroll on down. Move it over behind that. So that is my uncle. He was 9 months and 14 days when he passed on. And it tells you what they died of. Gastroenteritis. And it tells you how long, when they died. And scroll on down. Go over.
Awful process.
My grandparents, and then where they were born, and who informed, and then it tells you the name of the cemetery and when the date of burial. Now, I will tell you this, it only goes 50 years back, on by 50 years. Anything that recent from 50 years on, it's not available because of the government's privacy, whatever that is, the Privacy Act, it's not available. Okay, but I know where the cemetery is and everything. But you can go back. Just go through, click back. Click back again. So you can go under the names, see, and click on the names, see. And, that's my great-grandfather right there. And
It goes back how far though? Like
it goes back into the 1800s.
Okay.
It goes back into the 1800s.
Like,
But
you can do Beckley and maybe Alfred's. And
yeah, you can
go that
do
far
Raleigh
back.
County and do it. And you can also go as far back as, now see they changed it because, see right here you go, due to concerns about county death records, we have blocked searching all death records less than 50 years old. The 1964 deaths will become available on January 1st, 2016. So that means 1964 is available. But one time, they didn't do it because I looked in there, my grandfather died in 1967, and I wanted to see what he died of. I knew he died of cancer, but I didn't know what type it was. And it was on there, but then just a few days later, it was gone. So, but you can see right here, these are the counties and the years. They're not complete because they've got people working on them, trying to get them all in there. But you can get birth, death, and marriage records for this site. And it's really good. I used it a lot when I worked here.
Will it let you make copies?
Oh yeah, you can make copies of any of them. I used to, I don't know if any of you know Pauline Hagan or not, but Pauline used to come in here and ask help. I used to help her find the death certificates and stuff a lot in here. But you see, these are the ones that are available on here. And by federal law, and I don't know why, don't ask me why, any death, marriage, or birth record from 1917 was supposed to be recorded, but they're not. Now, did you all hear the story on 60 Minutes the other night about the Social Security Death Index?
Social Security what?
Death Index.
Right.
They're using the Death Index and faking people, telling people that they're not reporting the deaths, and people are still getting checks. And you're required by law to report the deaths of the doctor.
I thought you were supposed to, but I
Yeah,
saw that, and
uh-huh.
I saw an article and something
Yeah.
or too, that says many people are still on there as alive that are not.
And some that are dead are still alive. There was 3 women on that program the other night. They had been declared dead by the government. And they were in a really bad financial situation. They couldn't get a credit card, they couldn't get a job, they couldn't buy stuff. It was horrible.
I'm about of the opinion the government can't do anything right.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean, they screw up so frequently.
they do. And when it comes to bureaucracy, I think there's too much bureaucracy in the government. And that's why one hand doesn't know what the other hand's doing. But going back, Mrs. Poole, go back and show them, I'll get that in a minute, where you can also do birth or marriage, do marriage. Okay, just put my last name, thank you, don't feel. I don't know what that is. Heltoe. They put Fayette County, I don't know. No, just put the last name. Yeah. There's my dad and my mom. And there's my uncle. But he was married 3 times.
Is that the first one or the last one?
That was his last one. No, next to the last. Ruth married an Eads, and then he married, after her, he married Juanita. That was Juanita's last.
He must have done it in a different county then, huh?
No, they were married in, I think in Indiana.
Also.
They're both deceased.
I saw the other day, someplace or other, that the person who's been married the most was 28 times.
Oh my Lord.
Some man.
Who has time?
So you can click on this where it says 2325.
Everybody has some
Must be some-
Well, it
Now, this is
didn't
one
go
I
into any
hate.
kind of detail. It just,
I hate these ones that's in the books.
No, why would they do it that way?
I don't know, some places do it and some don't.
Just
But,
being lazy.
yeah.
Scarlet Road.
Yeah, that's where my dad was born, Scarborough. Okay, now, you see, that's the marriage records, there's death records, like I say. Yeah, it's June 30th.
why don't you go to Kanawha County and guess how long I've been married? When I
Okay.
got married.
It's good to do that.
My name was Gray. I mean, my maiden name was Luzader. I don't know.
1942.
Yeah, okay.
I was married in Kanawha County.
And what?
Spell it.
Spell what? Luzader?
Yeah.
My maiden name, Luzader.
Okay, come on.
I doubt there were many of them.
They were Hessian
Yeah,
soldiers.
yeah,
They
yeah.
fought there for money.
1950, you were married the year I was born.
1950.
Lou's your middle name? Anna Lou? L-U?
Yeah, my last name was Luzader. Can you imagine my mom doing that to me? Some people thought my name was Anna Lulu Zader. Oh, I got called
I can
Lulu.
see that.
I got called Lulu a lot.
Somebody
And I hated
Somebody
it.
asked me.
Because there was a little song, bang, bang, Lulu,
Oh,
Lulu's
no.
gone.
We were talking about this called school there in Oakville. And I don't know, one of my cousins or somebody asked me, said, when was that built? I said, well, it's old as I am. I said, it was built in 1950.
Oh, maybe.
I think so. Okay, there it is.
And Lou.
And Lulu's there, see? That's the reason I never used the Lou. And look at that, age 17.
Oh, my.
Oh, mercy.
Gilmer County.
James F. Horton.
Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Look, 3 Mile, West Virginia.
Phoenix Refuge Raceway.
Now, 3 Mile, I remember, I know where that was right between, Spring Hill and South Charles,
Are you from down in
St.
there?
Albans, yeah.
My great aunt lived down there at Spring Hill. Her name was Blanche Tyler.
I lived all over Charles.
Yeah.
And then you talking about that Stonewall a minute ago, they were talking about wanting to change the name of, that was the high school I went to.
Yeah,
Sounds
Blanche
junior
Tyler.
high, isn't it?
Yes, junior.
My
high.
dad lives in South Charleston. He lives on Indiana Street.
See, you didn't think so.
Then you can do Darrell
It's
Helton.
in there.
Oh,
You didn't think you were in there.
oh, I figured, I mean, it was official.
Yeah.
Your birthday was up there. Were you born in Charleston?
No, born man.
Born in Glenville?
Mm-hmm.
Come all the way to the big city, didn't
She's done the big city.
And back to that name, I can remember, I was in the 3rd grade and the teacher introduced me to the rest of the class and said, "This is little Miss Hannah Lulu Bears me to death." I mean, you know, a 3rd grader and like Tom says, coming to the big city. Let's get that woman.
I know where that was.
That wasn't very nice.
But that is a real good sign. Like I say, they're always adding stuff to it. Oh,
I just never
and
used the Lulu
it comes right out of the books and the records.
because it was confusing to people.
It's easier
When I
than
first met you, I
running
thought
to
your
Charleston
name.
or wherever we're looking
I
for.
know what your last name was, I just thought your name was Anna Gray. That's one word.
That's right, you told me that. You told me that.
Everybody said it that way. We were not
No, put it back up.
Well, it's funny, there's many people call my son-in-law Jimmy David. Leslie calls him that. She married to him. Jimmy David.
Yeah, go back.
We just refer to him that
I
way.
don't understand it on my personal
Hannah,
level.
President Hannah Ruth.
Probably because of
They
that.
call her Hannah Ruth.
You sure you were born in Fayette County?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was born in the great city of Deepwater.
Back in the
You were
day.
born at home?
Yeah, in a little greenhouse, which is no longer there.
Maybe the records went with the
It
house.
goes to 1914, that's why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were talking the other day
What
about,
were you saying about 1914? See, Jackson County is just up 1843, all of that. What's,
Just for the births, it only covers those years.
I see.
well, they need to add, I don't know why they didn't, but the deaths and marriages are pretty well, a lot of those are on there. Because like I say, I've helped quite a few people find things on there. And,
Well, they got Gilmer up to 1939.
now, I'll tell you something else, I'm not sure.
That's weird, of all the counties, that if you look at it,
I'd
most
be
of them
on
are
there 'cause I was born
1914.
in Gilmer County in
Well, yeah,
32.
most of them are 1914, except for Gilmer County, and it's up to
You know, what's,
1939.
I haven't checked to see, but it's also possible that other states are doing the same thing. Because I've only checked West Virginia.
Yeah. You haven't had to check anything else.
Yeah, you could check other states and see if they're doing the same thing with diversity of marriage. I've only looked at West Virginia.
Oh, just West Virginia.
And, see, I've got one, let me see. My great-great-grandfather, I've got his birthday and death, but I can't find a place where he's buried. He was born in Boone County in 1830, and he died in Boone County in 1890. But this is like, can't find a cemetery or anything. I tell you what I would really wish, and I guess a lot of people wish wishing. But I wish I had talked to my granddaughter, and we were talking, my friend and I were talking the other day. She was born in 1911 in Maine County, and she's bound and done all about the marches and all that stuff, and Blair Mountain and all that. I didn't even know anything about
She'd
that
have been
until she
about 10
was
years
passed.
old.
You know, and you know good and well she must have, that would have made her 12 years old when all that was going on. You know good and well she knew all about that stuff.
She might not have known all about it, but she would have remembered
I
snippets
thought it
of
was
it for sure.
1921 when that happened before.
1921, yeah. Yeah, they didn't get married until 1929, and then they moved to, well, they moved to Fayette County right before my mother was born.
My mother was born in Benton County in Jeffrey,
Oh, yeah,
outside of Madison.
yeah, oh, yeah.
Her mother and father had a store there.
Yeah, I've got lots of people, I got a lot of people buried in that Blue Memorial Park there in Madison. I've got a lot of relatives buried in there. And up behind the old school there at Danville, my great-grandfather and his wife are buried up there. It's I don't know, sometimes you get real frustrated with what you're looking for because you can't find what you're looking for. And then other times you'll just hit the jackpot and it'll open up for you. Like I got one of them, I got 714 names on one of mine. And then she was a Ludwell, Philadelphia Ludwell. And she was from Virginia. And it said she married a Lee. I doubt that she was connected to the Lees of Virginia. I haven't even really thought about it. But her name was Philadelphia Ludwell Lee.
And there was 700 hits on that name.
1,714 hits on that one name.
That doesn't sound like a real common name at all.
Huh?
That doesn't sound like a real common name at all.
No. And we have on our site old newspapers. They cover only West Virginia. If you go into the Raleigh County Library site, look under reference, and we have, it only covers West Virginia, it doesn't cover any other state.
That's coming up tomorrow night, isn't it, Jennifer? Holidays.
On her wall. She was a newspaper archives. A newspaper from 1896 to 2011, I think. So this is another good site that you might want to try. So don't try doing any other states. I thought when I first looked at it, I wasn't paying attention. And I thought it did all the states.
Well, it used to do all this.
But only now, only does West Virginia. Because I found my great-grandmother's living there.
Is it the whole paper other than just the obituaries?
It's the whole newspaper. It's the whole paper.
Articles.
And you can search like a name, you know, and if it's in there, it'll pop up in that article. See here?
I see.
Yeah, you can narrow the decades, like if you want to look at the specific decades. If you put
And you get through this through
our site, it's on the West Virginia, it's
Raleigh
right.
County Public Library,
Yeah, it's on our
.org
site.
or something?
RCPL. It's right up there on the top.
You know, it isn't.
Or was. It's West, let's see,
RCPL.
rcpl.westvirginia.library.us, right?
It's shorter now, it's rcplwv.org.
Oh, well, it's a lot shorter. I still put the other one in though, I'm
Yeah,
sure
it
to
still
get there,
works.
because I'm so used to putting that in, that's just what I.
This has nothing to do with genealogy, but I know, Teresa, you like stuff on history? Gary Christ, Empire of Sin. Be sure to read that.
Oh, yeah?
I've got it.
CRIST?
Krist.
Okay.
It's about New Orleans from about the early part of the last century to the end of about 1920. It's, have you ever heard of Storyville?
Heard of who, honey?
It's a section, it's called Storyville.
Storyville,
New Orleans-
yeah.
New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
They put all the taverns, the brothels, all the drinking places
The
in one
riffraff.
section.
Mhm.
And this is all about that and other things.
Did this just come out?
It's
Not
last
too long
year.
ago? Yeah.
Came out
okay.
last year.
I actually may have this.
It's excellent. I've almost finished. There you go.
I have this in my car.
Is this the Hiltons? Is this what you wrote here?
That's what she put on there. I didn't know that.
Is it in the blue box?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Narrows it down for you.
I named myself as a candidate. E.T. Oliver.
Which houses cost.
So I liked it so well, I went ahead and ordered 2 more of his books. He's got
What was his
another
first
one,
name?
Gary.
Gary. I'll have to look, because I do remember reading, when you say that about that, I do remember reading the, little blurb on it.
Uh-huh.
I think, I honestly think I might know.
Have a trustee sale. Norfolk and Western Railroad.
What did that bank say capital was?
Sure.
Another one said $25,000, I think, not on there now, but
$100,000
Maybe it's
or
100,000.
plus.
There it is, scheduled effect, February the 9th, 1896.
well, you can always
I
wish
can't
it.
read.
I can read the title.
I ain't read it. Are you going fishing? What's that about? Read that. That's gotta be a funny one.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, he says,
We can help you. A number of,
A member of our firm, an experienced fisherman, had just returned from the east, where he procured the finest assortment of rods, lines, hooks, guides, etc.
Is it?
that has ever been shown in this section. Get our prices, and they're not afraid to quote them. A.H. Mueller Company, Grand, Virginia.
I like reading those newspapers where they say like somebody went to Sofia to go visit their
Yeah.
art course. It was a big deal.
That used to be a
Yeah, I like
big thing.
I can remember when I was a little girl, when you have a birthday party.
Yeah, games were
you
played.
ride the train down to Hinton.
The funniest story I ever heard about something like that was Jim Wood told me. He said this guy put in the newspaper that somebody put it in, that so-and-so went to visit so-and-so. Well, it wasn't his wife that he went to visit. It was some other woman. And he ran downstairs and got to the paper before they got it printed out, took a chisel and chiseled that little piece out of the newspaper. And then when it came out in the paper, there was a little blank spot.
Well, it didn't say the purpose of the visit. Could have been perfectly innocent.
Mr. Hodel got mad that there was some blank space in the newspaper. He could have put
Oh,
that
Jim
there.
had some great stories to tell.
I bet he did.
Oh, man.
He should have written a book.
Me and him
At least 2 or 3.
me and him and Robert Gilkison went to Gettysburg one time. And we just took a notion, we just walked down the streets of town one night. And Jim was telling us all kinds of stories about when he worked at the newspaper and everything. He said he remembered one time, he said something was going on, and he had to go down the stairs, and he hollered, "Stop the press, stop the press." And he turned, and Robert was working on him, and so he turned and looked at Robert and said, "I always wanted to do that."
He never did write a book, just anecdotes, did he?
But he did
No,
those
sure
articles
has.
from the woodpile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to go through those and compile those.
Yeah.
See, that's what I said when he passed, I said that exact same thing, and the people at the newspaper assured me that that was already in play, they were gonna take care of that, and I have
We've
never
yet to
heard,
see it,
and
have
I've
we?
never heard another thing about it.
I just called the newspaper 2 weeks ago and asked them if they would run like the Wood Files and Shirley Donnelly's pieces, like once a week, like alternate them, like, and I never got
They're
an
not
answer
gonna
back.
But
Then I started the conversation with, I said, I've got a good friend, Deb Davis, that's been dead for 10 years, and you're still running her articles. What about Jim Wood, and Shirley Donnelly, and
I'll tell you what, if that didn't shock me to death when Mel Hancock passed, I tell you, I couldn't believe that. And I didn't know anything about it. Last Sunday, yeah, it was last Sunday, they had a birthday party for me. And everybody was over, and my cousin said, did you know that Noah Hancock passed away? And I said, what? You know? Because he was
They said he was in
here a
church
lot.
that morning, didn't
he had, he was in here quite a bit. I helped him quite a bit, a few times on things.
We got on like Thursday, wasn't it? Wednesday or Thursday? The 9th, whatever the 9th was.
Was that the day?
Yeah.
No, well, see, my birthday was the 11th, but they didn't do the party till the next day.
Well, he was buried on Sunday. That's true. He donated his body to science.
I saw that. I went on the internet and looked it up. I saw that. He was a really nice person. Well, are there any questions or anything else I can help you out with? I hope I helped you out anyway. And I enjoy doing it.
Well, since you're talking about the internet and everything, what are people gonna do when they die and their descendants don't know anything about what they put in the cloud or here and there? Is that gonna be a real problem in years to come?
It could be. It could very well be,
I would
because
think
you would
so.
have to inform the descendants that this information.
And you know, there's people who don't even like to think they're gonna die.
Well, you know,
I mean, their families that-
I've already told my son, I've already got it all in a notebook. He knows what he has to close. I've already done that.
Well, that's a good idea, but
Yeah, I think it,
there will be problems, I bet.
I think people should
Maybe
should consider that
But
too.
he's here, so.
Leaving their,
consider dying.
no, consider leaving their information.
Oh,
But my book's not over. Looks like it's still look at someone. It changes all the time, so I can't keep her up there.
That's what you think.
Look at me when I explained all this to him, but.
So your husband be
Yeah,
going
absolutely.
to the church?
It's probably been, I bet it's been, well.
Yeah, there's some families that kids don't even know if you get real sick, you'll make.
okay.
They've got my instructions, just shoot me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know where, you have to know where
But they're just
It's been
families
almost
that
a year.
won't.
combination to the safety, you need to know all that
Is
stuff.
that all we give for $1? That's all we give for $1?
That's all you get for it. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Dale.
I'm gonna work on some other things. I'm gonna get in touch with Robert Gilkison.
Yeah.
Robert told me he could do some of these programs.